What's up, everybody? What's up?
What's happening?
What's happening? Welcome to the first episode of Just Give Us a Minute. I'm your boy Smitty.
I'm ill.
Hey, and we just want to thank y'all for joining us today. Really excited about doing this podcast with my bro, my best friend. You know what I'm saying? It's my dog, man. We've been riding almost 3 decades, man. And, you know, we want y'all to just enjoy this journey with us, man. It's gonna be fun, man.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
Because I just need a second of time to put something on your mind. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You gotta excuse me. I was listening to UGK all night. I'm gone right now.
For y'all youngsters that don't know who UGK is, Google them, look them up on YouTube. But nah, man, you know, Elle and I, man, we've been boys since what, 92?
Well, actually, I was a boy from 80 to probably.
All right, so this, as you can see, this is the kind of stuff that I deal with. That
I became a young man.
92, Paul Robeson. You know what I mean? Well, what, 7th grade?
91.
Was that 91?
Yes, sir.
91, 7th grade. You know what I mean?
6th grade was 91.
Listen, man, I don't care what grade it was. All right,
you're gonna say, you gotta say facts.
Facts. All right, that's true.
Paul Robeson, 91.
Paul Robeson.
I mean, you got cool in 92.
We got 92. Yeah. You know, 92, man. A lot of my life stories, man, like involve this dude in some shape, form, or fashion. So, yeah, man, we're just excited to have you on here, man. You know, this show won't just be about us. It's about everything, man.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, man. We have a lot of dialogue, you know, every day when we go to the gym, we both gym rats. So, you know, every day in the gym or just in general, man, we have a lot of conversations that a lot of people need to hear, right? You know, our circle of people, you know, we may have those conversations with them, but, you know, a lot of people, man, we have a lot of history in our own lives that can help a lot of people. So it's like, why not put it out to the world? So that's where, you know, Just Give Us a Minute was born from. It was actually Elle's baby. You know, I'm just like the co-parent.
You're like an uncle.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Let's not start that.
So let's do this, man. Like tell the people a little bit about you, man, and then how just kind of leading up to how you and I got cool.
Well, I don't know. That's a long story, bro. I don't want to tell them all that. Like what?
I mean, just like who was Elle? Like, where does Elle come from? And then how did you meet Smitty? Like,
you know, just in the neighborhood, man. I grew up off 44th and Agnes. So, you know, just doing that type of stuff. And like I said, went to Paul Robeson in 91. That was 6th grade. We was in the 6th grade building, the 7 Oaks building off of 39th and Jackson. And then we went down in the 7th and 8th grade building off of, what's that,
24th and
Lawn or something, whatever it was, the old Ashland School building. And met up with him down there. And then that was the beginning of like really just starting to get off in the street type of stuff and, you know, testing out the gang waters and all that type of stuff.
Right.
So, yeah, like, you know, my story is long, man. I come from, it's like this. I don't even be tripping off saying my story because it's a typical neighborhood story. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, ain't nothing new to it. My mom, I love her to death. She passed away 3 years ago. But, you know, as a kid, you know, she was, you know, she smoked crack, lived with my grandma. And, you know, she was in, you know, mom was in and out. But, you know, she was always one of my favorite people, even during that time. So dealt with that as a kid. Like I said, live with my grandma and stuff. My uncles and stuff would come around and, you know, try to put that manly stuff in us. But my grandfather had a stroke in 91. So that laid him bed rest. You know, his whole right side was paralyzed. So, you know, the manly stuff that I needed, you know, I got a little bit, but I didn't get all that I needed because me and my pops was in and out. And, you know, like I said, it's nothing. It's the typical story. You know what I'm saying? That you hear all the time.
It's typical, but it's not because I mean my story is different. You know what I'm saying? Like my, you know, parents were married. You know, I had to, you know, born into this marriage. My father was a police officer, And you know, my mom's just I don't want to say she was a homemaker. She worked, but I don't remember her working at that time. But I just remember my pops being a police officer, and then him leaving when we were 5. And then, you know, that story did take us down to the projects, you know, 12th Street, Park Square, you know, one of the roughest parts of, you know, Kansas City. And then you just fast forward, and, you know, my mom's just always trying to make a better life for us. But me personally, I was so fascinated by the street life that it's like when I linked up with L, and, you know, like I said, met him in 6th grade, but really just linked up with him in 7th grade. You know, he was kind of living the life that I was fascinated with. I'm like, you know, I liked sports, but I really was like, man, that gang life, you know, it sounds crazy, right? But the reality, that was my reality. You know, I was, you know, influenced by like movies, colors. You know, that was, I don't know why. I would love to say, you know, exact reason, but I don't know why. But, you know, my father was also a preacher, right? So, you know, that my story was a little different. I was just fascinated and intrigued by the life that, you know, L was kind of already in the mix of. So, you know, once I got cool with him, it was just like, we was just on gangster shit, like like for real, you know. And that's again part of the reason why I think this podcast is unique, man, because, you know, like when we were coming up, you know, even living the gang, like we had people that were pouring us. Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus was a big,
you know what I'm saying? Big influence.
Big influence.
And when we graduated high school, we became a part of an organization called Break and Build. And a lot of what we would do was try to do like what for gang prevention, right?
Like that mentoring and stuff. Like it was a lot of mentoring and stuff like that. But like even in that, like two of my biggest people that poured into me, I'll say that, was Marcus and Osco. You know what I'm saying? Them, they had at that point in time in my life, around that 16, 17, 18. Well, actually, Marcus, because he was our teacher, you know, he actually started off early 14, well, not 15, I think, when he came to the school. And then when Oscar and them and all the cats from SSP came up to Genesis and had that Break and Build program up there, and they was mentoring and coming and speaking and stuff. I don't know, Oscar seemed to take a liking to me, so he kind of poured into me, you know, even more than he was some of the other ones. So I always give them two guys they props in the development of me as the man I am today. Like my thing for seeking knowledge is definitely from Marcus.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Some of the way I think is from Oscar. Oscar would say certain things when I was a kid, and it just made sense. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of helped me to start saying, man, I'm cool on some of this, you know, some of this shit.
I think our environment too, though, at Genesis allowed that, man. You know, we're product of Genesis, you know, not the new Genesis. It's a little different. You know, when we went there, man, it was gangster.
Yeah, like Genesis was
it was a big part. Like the crazy thing is we were allowed to do things that you weren't ever allowed to do in any normal school back then, man. You know, it was the alternative school for, I like to say, trouble youth. People always say back, let's say trouble youth. You know, we was all going through different things, you know. But what we had there, we had an environment of people, teachers that actually cared about us, black, white, you know. We was actually talking about that in the gym the other day. You know, one of our teachers from, we had a teacher that was from Sierra Leone, West Africa. And I was just remembering, man, I came to school one day, I was high, man. Oh my God, I was high. And I was walking in, and it's like, I don't know, she just smelled it on me. She just seen it on me. She was just like, she looked at me, she said, "Are you high, boy?" I was like, "Nah." "Yes, you are, boy. Sit down and do your schoolwork." You know what I'm saying? She didn't send me home. She didn't send me to the principal's office. She said, "Sit down and do your schoolwork." And I did my schoolwork. And the crazy thing was, even though we was gang banging, we was high, getting drunk, teenagers, we always made the honor roll. I was like, what?
You know, people, we ain't stupid. You know
right.
Like, you know, some of the choices is stupid.
Yeah.
And I ain't saying this like we were some of the most gangsters. Nah, I ain't never been the most gangsters, you know, but the fact of the matter is I stand on my own too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We wasn't no suckers though.
Nah, ain't no suckers.
This the thing, man. We like you said, we was smart. We wasn't just those typical, just just doing stupid stuff. Like even that, I remember 14, 15 years old, like having real conversations, like real life conversations, because even though we were living the life, we knew that we didn't want that to be like a long-term thing, I could say.
No.
Like I said, with the knowledge that was being poured into us with Marcus, books and being exposed to, we used to do the Genesis radio show, Genesis on the air. Elle was engineering the show. We were co-hosting it. Like we were getting exposed to things, and then we used to do the tours with Marcus and Eric Stafford. The hip hop tours is what we used to call it. Where we take white people essentially, that didn't know anything about the hood, to all these different historical pieces. And man, we blessed, man. I'll put it like that. We definitely blessed, man. And like I said, that kind of goes back to, again, what I was talking to Elle about. I was like, man, we have a story, man, and we have a way with people that I feel like people listen to us, right? One of the things I always say is, man, when you enter somebody's life, you got to help them level up in some shape, form, or fashion, right? And I feel like, with Elle and I, like everything that we've been through, graduating high school together, starting college together. And it's like a lot of stuff that I did in my childhood. I can't talk about my childhood without talking about Elle. You know what I'm saying? It's like anybody that knows me knows him, and vice versa. So yeah, man.
Don't forget about Steve and DJ, man. Steve, those my guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shepalat.
Yeah. So, it's just like I said, man, this ain't no this is just real talk. It's a fun talk. We're gonna talk some business stuff from time to time. We're gonna start, we might ruffle some people's feathers from time to time. It is what it is, but it's just grown folk talk. That's good for grown folk and young folk, for real. Because I don't give a damn about some of that stuff from back then, for real. You know what I'm saying? But what I do, I'm the relationships that was created from back then. I still love a lot of my guys from the neighborhood, like Mark, Malord, Butch, Boo Boo, Jay, Charlie, all them guys, man. I ain't got no issue with nobody. I love all them cats, and them cats was they was a big part of the carving of us at that time in our lives. So
yeah, because like you said, I mean, we didn't really have like the father figure, like our daddies in the house, right? So it's like our partners was like our big brothers, and Fig, your actual brother.
My brother Fig,
I mean, they were our figures that we looked up. We wanted to do what they did, we was going to clubs 14, 15 years old with them, you know what I mean? But those were like our influence, and we did music, we hooked up with Court, go by Big Court now, what I'm saying? We know you as Court. but no, I mean, we this is one of the things that I wanted to touch on too was, like I said, the years that we have, I often hear people a lot of times say, when they talk about their friendships, like, man, we ain't never had no rifts or different things like that. Well, we have.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing that I've always appreciated about my relationship with Elle is like, whenever I needed Elle, he was there. If he heard something was going on with me, he was there, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like we had our times where we didn't talk, but it was never no real ill thing. At the end of the day, I'll tell a person, you don't know what you can overcome with the type of adversity that you can overcome until sometimes you go through it. It's like a marriage, right? You could act like you got the perfect marriage and everything is cool, but until y'all actually go through some trials and tribulations, some financial problems, some, some disagreements, everything, you don't know what you can truly become. And I think that some of the stuff that we went through, helped make us better as men, because again, we grew up with each other as boys and became men and kind of went our different ways. But I think what we went through and where we're at now in life, brought us back together some years ago. And, our minds are different, right? It's like, I got an issue with you. Let's just talk it out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no months going by with, nah, what's up? What's wrong? All right, and you act like a little girl. Like, all right, my bad. So I don't know, man. You want to speak to that, man? Like,
no, it's just life. When you got genuine love for somebody, as long as they haven't, did some of that cardinal sinful stuff to you, you know what I'm saying, you can get over it. You know what I'm saying? You can make amends. You can, reconnect. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, man, you'll see that it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To have ill will towards somebody that you got a tremendous amount of love for. You know what I'm saying? But if the love is real, then and if they didn't do something that's unforgivable, which that's for somebody to, you know, that's on somebody's own terms was unforgivable. You know what I'm saying? So, but if they didn't do something that you feel is unforgivable, things can be worked out. You know what I'm saying? That's why when if you do have issues with your people, man, don't be running your mouth and putting all type of weird stuff on social media, because that ain't love. If I get into it with this guy, ain't nobody gonna know. You know, if I get into it with my wife, ain't nobody gonna know. If I get into it with one of my other partners that I love dearly, ain't nobody gonna know, because
social media dangerous, bro.
Yeah, for real, man. This is probably the worst thing that's ever touched our community, for real, because is put people in a position where they crave attention for everything.
Everything.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, some of the shit that people put on this stuff, dog, people don't need to know.
Facts.
Because what you do is you create a space for people to put their opinion in, and then it may be something that, for real, a couple days later you might be over. But now that you didn't have people putting their opinion in it, it's putting a battery in your back. Now you even more mad than you were at first.
Or you put it out there and then somebody get their opinion and you mad about it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
People don't use this stuff for what it's for, man. It ain't to air your business out. So like I was saying, like if I'm into it with one of my people or something, you ain't gonna have a chance to give your opinion, because you ain't gonna know. Because for one, it ain't your business, and for two, if you ain't all the way done with somebody, then you don't need to put your business out there anyway. Now, if you're all the way done, that you think, what I'm saying, I wouldn't even do it then.
Yeah.
But I'd understand it better. But it's kind of crazy when you see people talk bad about folks, and like, especially in these relationships, and then next thing you know, they your boo again, and y'all hugged up in the picture.
Right.
Like, that stuff don't make no sense, man.
It's one of those things where you just gotta understand that you got a powerful tool. You know what I'm saying? First, it used to be your tongue, right? They said your tongue was a powerful tool. You be careful what you say because you can't take it back. Now, social media is that tool, right? Because you put it out there.
Your fingers.
Your fingers, man. People will screenshot what you do. Screen record what you do. They blasting you on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Like, nothing is sacred anymore, right? And I think we've lost that, and I thank God, man, we didn't have that stuff back then, man. I just, man, it's crazy. Like, we live in a crazy time right now. Obviously things that we view, on social media, not just what people say, but just what we see, with all the, the violence, in our neighborhoods, with, the police, issues that we've been having, man, the, presidential stuff. Like, social media has shown us, everything. It's shown us everything. So, I think people need to be mindful with that, man. Like I say, it could be of a good use. Like, again, what we're trying to do with Just Give Us a Minute is a positive thing, right? Just trying to communicate, right? Something that's like, if L ain't a real, like, talkative dude. Like, he ain't that, hey, what's up, man? I'm here, party starting. Like, that's more of me. Like, I'm a live wire, you know what I'm saying? But, L's, like I said, has got a good story. L, I've always said, was really one of the smartest people that I know. Like, if you just look at it, you probably think he's mean. Look at that face right there. But I mean, dude is smart, man. He has a lot of wisdom, and sometimes I'll be on his neck. I'll be like, bro, why don't you say that? Man, I ain't seeing shit. Like, why not, fool? But because he has a lot of wisdom. So when I say that, to say that social media can be used for good, like, for me, Facebook is like a way for me to keep up with people I ain't seen, man.
No, hold up. The essence of social media is great. Keep in contact with, man, I've talked to people that I hadn't seen in years.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and letting people know some of the good stuff that's happening in your life, giving a good word to somebody. If somebody, like, one good thing I see is when people pass and people put it on there, everybody gives a condolences. It gives a chance. It gives a chance for people to have more people praying for them and stuff like that. So that stuff, excellent, bro.
Yeah.
But the messy stuff, like, y'all need to chill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I don't need to know some stuff.
I'm gonna tell you, one of the things that bothers me, man, is when I see our people going at each other. And when I say our people, I mean, like, black men and women, man. It's like, you got the other gender trying to put they self on top. It's like I see a lot of black women bashing black men, and I see the same on the other end with black men bashing, black women. And it's like, man, don't we got enough going on right now that y'all fighting internally, right? We say Black Lives Matter, right? That's what we screaming when it pertains to things outside of our community, right? But within our community, man, we tear each other down so much, man, and it's crazy to me. It is like I said, I can't imagine what it would have been like back then. Thank God we didn't have it. But now I'm watching these young ladies, man, uh, bash black men, and then but in one breath, and then in the next breath, when something happens, like, oh man, y'all kings, we love y'all. Like, what? Like, I thought we was just nothing.
So it's bipolar. That relationship bipolar.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I'm a father of three, man. I got three little girls, man. I got a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old, man. And my biggest thing as a father, man, for them is that I'm a protector, right? Just naturally, like I'm always on guard when I'm with my kids, and I want to protect them, not shelter them, meaning like I want them to know what this world really is, but not necessarily have to go through it. Like I always tell them my story. I'll take them back to our old neighborhood and show them like where we grew up and talk to them about the stories of what we went through, and to give them perspective on why I am the way I am and why I don't want them to do certain things and live a certain way. I mean, no, man. For me, I want my daughters to I want them to be independent thinkers, right? I don't want them to be the type that are on social media and bad. All black men ain't bad, right? All black women ain't bad. All cops ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like people are scared to say that, and I don't understand that, right? I don't know, man. What you think, man?
About what?
Just in general, man, on the outlook on our community, man, and how we,
You know, I you know I think deeper into it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's foolishness, but I think it's a foolishness that was created not by us, but that we perpetuate.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just got to look at our history here, man. You got 400 years of captivity, man, and then another amount of years of, actually out of physical bondage, but still in economic bondage and mental bondage and stuff
yeah,
like that. And we still in a lot of that today, whether we know it or not. But so you do something to a people for that amount of years, you gonna create something that you wanted to create.
yeah,
And I think this is just the you know the equation of that, bro. Like,
yeah,
now the thing is we understand that, so we should understand that
mm-hmm.
that this was created. But on the other side of the coin is we got to take, you know ourselves up out of that. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out how to not uh be so competitive with one another, be
Mm-hmm.
uh so quick to get at it with one another. We gotta
Yeah,
we gotta figure out how to, and this sounds cliche and all that, but we gotta figure out how to love one another again.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because this is the real deal. You never know when you're gonna need somebody that ain't your people.
yeah,
And when I'm saying not your people, not in your circle, not your friends and stuff.
yeah,
You never know when you're gonna be stranded somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But if you know, we so against each other, man, we quick to ride by each other.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to come out of that, because for real, our expectation of other entities to save us is some that shit is foolish.
yeah,
They not gonna do it because it's not in their best interest to save us.
mm-hmm.
So you have to understand it in that perspective. It's like it ain't in their interest to save us.
Mm-hmm.
That's our interest. So we got to start doing stuff that makes sense to us. Like me and my wife, uh, every once in a while we'll just say, "Hey man, we doing black this week."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll go make sure that we patronize black businesses. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's like Deep Rooted Clothing. I don't care if it's Nisi's restaurant. I don't care if it's Breakfast Lovers restaurant. Like we just start doing black stuff,
Yeah,
because we know that they say the dollar don't circulate in our community but one time.
mm-hmm.
So like we know that, right? But we still don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We still go patronize these other people that don't have our best interest in mind. And then when they do something against us, we want to be mad. Like, what you mad about, dog? You keep excuse my language, you keep fucking with them though.
Yeah.
You know
but,
what I'm saying?
But here's what I'll say to that, because that's a good point. That's a good point. Here's what I'm gonna say on the flip side of that, because you'll have business owners that'll say that, right? Or kind of talk to you about, hey, support my business, right? I'm gonna need your business to be on point when I support it.
I ain't mad at that.
You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'll do that. Like I say, I'm gonna support this, and then I go and I don't get the same level of treatment that I do if I go to a white owned establishment. And it's like, for me, I'm like, bro, why is that? Like, I don't have a problem with supporting, my people. Like me, I've been a trainer, off and on for the last 17 years, right? So one of the things that I like to do is I always like to use my platform to support other trainers that look like me, black women, black men, right. And I'll support them whether I spend money with them consistently. I'll share their stuff. I have, physically bought things from these people. I don't always get that love in return. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's not about that. But I'll show that effort. Like, I'm going to give you that love. Like, so I'll go to a black business. And I remember one time I went to this spot in Kansas. They're not open no more, but I went there. I mean, it took me an hour to get my food. My order wasn't right and everything. And I said, I told them, say, hey, I ain't normally one to complain, but kind of what happened. Oh, okay. Well, what you want me to do about it? Oh, well, I would like to not pay for this, seeing how I didn't eat it. They was like, well, we made it. All right. You're right. So my thing is that I'm all for supporting black businesses, man, because I love to see us thrive, but black people,
right? But
give us good quality service too.
But there's a difference between supporting a black business and supporting foolishness.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying support no foolishness. If somebody's not being doesn't have the business etiquette that you like, then no.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, but don't hurry up and then run to the other.
Yeah, for sure.
Go find somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody will take care of you.
Yeah, but sometimes you be wanting like that Texas Roadhouse. You want them biscuits.
Right, that's real shit. But and the fact of the matter is I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm not saying, hey, just black out completely.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
But what I'm saying is we gotta, like I said, it's crazy, man. Yeah. Even for me to say this, but we gotta figure out how to love again, man. Like for real, like. We just got to figure it out, because if we don't, we ain't gonna make it.
Yeah,
because
we gotta.
we just ain't gonna make it.
We gotta figure out how to love. What we gotta figure out is, I think a part of that is like agree to disagree, right? A lot of the anger and a lot of the separation between us as a people comes from people not being able to deal with criticism or deal with. Again, prime example, election. You got some black people that want to vote for Trump, right? You got some black people that has an appreciation for what he's done in the 4 years that he's been in office, right? You have some black people that didn't agree with everything, President Obama did in office, right? If you say that as a black person on social media, you get bashed. You're a coon. You all these different things, right? Same on the other side. If you support Joe Biden and what he's doing, or you were a fan of, President Obama, you have those people on the other side. Like, how can you support somebody that's this or that? It's not that it's a gentle conversation, right? You had these conversations and people are mad. I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna delete you. I'm gonna, man. You. Why can't we just have this conversation, right? Me and Elle don't agree on everything. At all. We don't agree on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, there's a respect, and as men and a love there as men, that we can have that conversation, agree to disagree, and move on. And I think that's what people are missing.
Yeah, but the expectation of somebody to agree with you is some dumb shit. Like that's foolish. Mm-hmm. Dog, I'm my own person. I'm a man. I stand on me. I don't stand on you. I don't stand on my wife. I don't stand on my brother. I don't stand on SAC. I stand on me. So yeah, we're gonna have times where we clash. The thought processes clash, but I don't expect for you to agree with me.
Yeah.
Now I may try to get you to understand where I'm coming from, and if that makes you agree with me, that's different. But just having an expectation for somebody to agree with you is some dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is, dog. Like I ain't getting off on this political shit because people are stupid about it. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, you ain't a coon if you vote for Trump. Well, he's an old white man just like Biden. Like, so nigga, if you vote for Biden, that mean you ain't a coon?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, who gives a you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who. Hey, vote for who's in your best interest.
Facts.
But I'm gonna tell you this though, and I'm getting off this political shit because I ain't about to argue with no nigga over this, right?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you like this: as a people, we better quit being dumb as shit and linking ourselves to parties just because we think that's what we supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now I know that for a fact because
research,
dog. If you ain't voting for what's in your best interest, then you a fool. You know what I'm saying? If you voting because you feel like you a Democrat and that's just what you're supposed to be, nigga, you don't even. Most of us don't even know why we Democrats. Most of us don't even know that we started off as Republicans. So, just in that, like, miss me with that for real. If this is my opinion, like I said, and I'm jumping off of this because I'm not about to argue with no ignorant, foolish stuff. Everybody in this country, white, black, Mexican, Chinese, Japanese, whatever you are, should be independent. That should be your party, right? Because that means I'm gonna listen to what you say, and if what you say makes sense to my life, then that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? For real, in my opinion, they should take the parties away. So we ain't gotta listen with a biased opinion.
Right.
I could just go off what you're saying, and if I don't like what you're saying, I'm gonna dump you off to the side for this guy that I like what he's saying. But the problem is what happens if you don't like what nobody's saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Then if you don't vote, they say the vote is for the other person that they don't like. So they say if you don't vote at all, a vote.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a man. I stand on me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what other people do. I stand on me. Raphael does what Raphael wants to do. I'll vote for whoever I want to, or I'll not vote. So, and I won't give a damn what nobody say because I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, us as a people, all this thinking that you something, dog, you should be independent. You should be an independent thinker first off, right? And then you should research who you feel is the best candidate. Not just because some nigga told you was a Democrat or some nigga told you was a Republican. You a man or a woman. That's what you really are. And you should be based in your morals should come involved. Your finances should come involved. Your family should come involved. Health should come involved. And then you look at this person as a person, not as a party member. And then you go off of that. I think that will put us in a much better spot. But hey, I don't know much. Ain't that smart? You know what I'm talking about? So, like, everybody do what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like I said, man, yeah, I feel you. I mean, one of the things is crazy because I always tell people, man, two things I don't like talking about. I don't like talking about religion, and I don't like talking about politics, right? Because the essence of both of them should be to make us better, right? Religion is, by design, is, to us to have this information that's supposed to make us better, right? As people, morally, right? Yeah. And from a political standpoint, when we're talking about policies, whether it's gun laws or health care and all these different things, it's things ultimately that probably should make us better as people. I just
want to jump in.
Go ahead, jump on
in. Me personally, I actually like my gun laws.
I love my gun laws as well. Leave them alone.
Please don't bother my gun.
Leave them alone. I'm gonna tell you like this.
You do you. I'm gonna do me. If you don't like
I don't care if you a Democrat. I don't care if you Republican.
Leave my guns alone.
You start talking about messing with guns. Hey, I ain't got no conversation for you. I'm for cannabis. Hey, because I see the benefits that it has for people.
For what, nigga? Did you just say cannabis?
Cannabis.
Hey, you better people. You got people watching you. Baby.
I said cannabis.
You said cannabis.
Cannabis.
You said it with a D, but it's all right.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. But I'm saying because I see the benefits of what it does for people from a health perspective, right? Again, like he said, man, we're gonna get off of this because we ain't no political dudes. We don't really even talk about it for real. I mean, sometimes we may have discussions about it, but at the end of the day, man, you vote for who you want to vote for. Because like he said, I'm gonna stand up. I ain't scared of nobody. Let me tell you something. I'm scared of alimony and child support. That's it. All right. I ain't scared of none of y'all. So if I say, hey, I'm gonna vote for Trump, guess what? I'm gonna vote for Trump, and I'm not gonna feel nothing about it. If I'm gonna vote for Biden, I'm gonna vote for Biden. If I ain't gonna vote for nobody, I ain't gonna vote for nobody. Like that's my decision, right? So at the end of the day, like I said, be an independent thinker in everything that you do. You know, even like I said, switching gears, getting off of that. You know, just in life in general, man. You know, do what makes you happy. Too much and too often, you know, we care about what other people think, right? We don't utilize that self-care, right? I'm learning that. Like even now at 40, I'm learning to even being married and being a father, I'm having to learn how to still self-care, like care about myself a little bit more because I put so many people, you know, including my wife and my kids, their needs before mine's. Like oftentimes I don't like I won't buy myself. Like I love shoes. I like a good pair of Jordans, a good pair of Nikes, whatever, but I'll buy something for my family first because that's just how I am as a person, right? But I told my wife just about a week or so ago, I said, man, I'm about to start buying me a new pair of shoes every month, right? Just because I like them, but I never do those things. Like I'm learning to start doing things for myself, like and understand that there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Because I would feel like, man, I'm out, man. I say, oh, I want that, man, but I can't buy me a pair of Jordans if I don't get my wife for it. You know,
you got to always take care of you.
Yeah,
you can't don't ever. I tell my wife, and my wife gets like that. It's like, hey, them kids is all right. Get something for you. Let's do you today. Let's do you today. You know what I'm saying? Because she'll get in that, and then I'll get in that too. And she'll be like, "Hey, let's do you." You know what I'm saying?
I had to learn that it's okay, right? I'm just I care about people like by nature. Like I love seeing other people happy. Like I don't know, for me it's like gratifying. Like some people are just selfish. They as long as they cool, they don't care about what nobody else do. Oh, I'm balling, I'm doing this. Like I tell a person in a minute, like if I'm out here making money and my dude is struggling, that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have to flip the bill because he can't do it. Like I'm like, hey, like I want to fight over the bill. Like nah, like I genuinely want to see people do better, you know. But then I have to understand sometimes that people's mindsets is different, and sometimes I need to like, okay, focus on you right now because this person might be in a place to where that's just not their focus, right? But like I said, I'm learning that at 40, man.
It's all good.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, but you know, we didn't want to wrap your ears off. We just want y'all to be tuning in, man. We're gonna have some good conversations, man. Hopefully it gets to the point where we can invite people in and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you see just give us a minute, pop up on your thing, man. Give us a listen, man.
Ain't no if when, because you're gonna see it pop up. All right?
Yeah. What yeah. Like come on, nah, but man, we appreciate your time if you listen, man. And rock with us, man. We you know, because we want to get some dialogue with some people, you know, eventually and you know, just hang this out. This ain't for monetary gain and nothing. This is just something to do to rap, man. We 40, Absolutely. Bro. Like it's stuff we got to talk about with other 40-year-olds.
We OGs, man.
I ain't no OG, man.
Hey, man, we OGs, 40, man.
Hey,
you don't know OG?
Yeah, I'm just 40.
All right, well, hey, man, appreciate y'all, man. It's been Just Give Us a Minute with Ella Smitty.
Hey, just a moment of your time to put something on your mind. Just a little something, you know, it ain't just a little something, a little sprinkle on your mind for the time, you know what I'm saying? You know.
All right, y'all, we out.
A little knowledge from me for free.
or not.
Yeah. What?
Huh?
Yeah, all right. Y'all be good, man.